Good morning and welcome to In 30 Days. This is day 21. Many of us are struggling through this time to cope with the changed world, and especially with self isolating and physical distancing. We realize how much we've depended on all those other habits in the past when things were normal. So when we try new things, when we try something new, we have to be gentle with ourselves and compassionate that it won't be perfect, and it will probably go more like three steps forward, two steps back, two steps forward, one step back, and so forth and so on. A lot of patience and compassion is required when we create. And yet, on the other side of that is increased mental health when we can be creative and generative and try something new and explore possibilities and tap in on our passions. Those are all things that then help us balance out our health mentally and emotionally. And so when we try something new on Zoom, let's say, or an online meeting room, meditation group, start something new. We start simple. We just keep the bare bones, and we talked about how that's good. Something we want to add, though, is an aspect of group meditation order that has existed from the beginning of the tradition of meeting in groups, and that is while we keep the meditation the main thing, we also want to introduce or include something from the tradition, because another way of maintaining mental health in changing times is while we have the time to reflect, it's important to focus on where we've come from. What is our purpose? Why do I do the things that I do? Who am I? Where have I come from? And in doing so, we reestablish our foundation and root ourselves in this movement forward into the unknown future. So we include an aspect from the tradition, and typically groups have done a reading by John Main or Father Lawrence Freeman, or someone else that the world community for Christian meditation recognizes as a leader and who can teach us more about this tradition. And so when we're using Zoom, we want to share a text. And so when you use Zoom, your screen looks kind of like this. And at the bottom in the middle is a word that says share, and there's a little arrow on there. Explore that function, because before you get on Zoom, if you're hosting a meeting, let's say you prepared Father John's opening prayer and you want to post that in your meeting so people can read along, or a longer reading from Lawrence Freeman. And let's say you create that in PowerPoint. Let's say this green pad of paper is your document in PowerPoint. So here's the text. And then you get on Zoom and you welcome everybody, and this text is still behind you on your screen. So at the appropriate time, you click on that button, share, at the bottom that I showed you, and all of a sudden, this text will appear in front of your screen, and there will be a configuration of people's faces. Remember the Hollywood squares? They're going to find themselves somewhere on the screen, but this text will be out front for people to read. And that's one way we can maintain our tradition during this experiment and discovery of a new way of meeting in groups. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.